Portugal, one of the most popular spots in Europe these days. And if you're looking to plan a fall vacation to this hot spot, travel expert Jen Weatherhead Harrington is here to get you inspired and tell you how to make it super easy. So Jen, tell us a little bit about what is it? It's TAP Air Portugal. So, and how it can help you get around.
This is the easiest way, I think, to get to Portugal. Again, Portugal is one of my favorite destinations, and TAP Air Portugal's easiest way to get there. They have 14 direct flights from Toronto weekly, so you can get there really easily. They have great economy and business class. The thing I really like about TAP is that they really incorporate that Portuguese culture into their airline. So we're talking about amazing food in business class. That menu is rotating every couple of months, and it's by, celebrity Portuguese chefs, which is really great. And the other really cool thing that we're going to talk about a bit today is that they just relaunched in 2023 their new stopover program, which includes Lisbon and Porto.
Okay, so what is a stopover program? How does it work?
Yeah, so basically, TAP Air Portugal, they fly to so many different destinations, over 40 destinations. So what you can do with them with no extra fee or extra charge is do a stopover in Portugal. So in Lisbon or Porto, before you head off to, say, another European destination, or you want to explore some other parts within Portugal. So it kind of makes it really easy. You can do this on either end of your trip. You can do it up to 10 days.
Up to 10 days. So you can do it quick. So let's say you want to do it, you're flying into Europe, you want to do 2 days, 1 day, 24 to 48 hours. What can you do in that time
So
span?
I'm going to talk about going to Porto, which is one of my favorite parts of Portugal. And the really great thing is that once you get off that flight with TAP Air Portugal, you're going to be well rested. You don't need to worry about jet lag too much because it's so comfy. But when you get to Porto, one of the first things I love to do is a walking food tour. So there's an amazing company called Taste Porto. They'll take you around. They show you a lot of history and culture. They take you to that world famous market right downtown Porto. Really cool. You can also do a nice little river cruise. So Porto is right on that Douro River, and it gives you incredible views of the city. You can do anything from an hour-long cruise to a sunset cruise to a half-day cruise, really depending on how tired you are. But again, once you're off that flight, you're not going to be too tired.
You're going to be so rested, so comfortable. Okay, so what if you have a few more days in Porto? What if you have 3 or 4? You decide to extend your trip. What can you add to your itinerary?
I would say Porto is so well known, and Portugal in general is so well known for their wine. And again, you're going to get a taste of this on TAP Air Portugal because they serve exclusively Portuguese wines on their flights. So you get a little taste before you get there. So you've done the food tour, you've done the walking tour, river cruise kind of idea. Let's dive into that wine culture. So this is where you're going to get Vinho Verde, you're going to get port wine. So right within Porto, you can go to Rimos Pinto. It's a great port wine company. You can do a tour there, a tasting, again, incredible views of the city. There's also a really cool museum called WOW, World of Wine, which is aptly named. It's in some historic buildings, and there's lots of different exhibits. You can learn about cork, which is also produced in Portugal, but you can also go to a rosé museum where they give you samples, which is also fun. If you want to really up that wine experience, get a little bit outside of Porto into the northern part near Braga, and you can stay at a great wine hotel. I stayed at one called Monverde Wine Experience Hotel. Incredible spot. You can really dive into it. It's like being in the south of France, but not as expensive.
Emily Vukovic, our adventure reporter, of course, she was in Portugal. She went to the cork factory, realized how it's all done. You mentioned up to 10 days, so I'm sure there's lots more you can add, but where can viewers get more information?
Yeah, so if you want to learn more about that stopover program, you want to go to flytap.com. Really great spot. They'll give you all of those details. They have so many promotions on there too, like 293 different promotions. You can save 20% on hotels and experiences there too. But then, you have so much you can see and do in northern Portugal. You can learn all about a lot of their culture, from rooster painting and barcelos. You can also learn about doing filigree, which is kind of, a very artistic way of taking really fine metal threads and weaving them in together. Lots that you can do
Very
there.
cool. Hopefully Brian was taking notes. Jen, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And of course, we'll put it up on our website as well, chch.com/morninglive. Jen, thank you. And stay with us here as we continue on Morning Live.